So a couple of weeks ago, we started Hot Takes Thursdays. I had a lot of fun with it, so let's keep it going. And if you have any horological hot takes, pop them in the comments down below. Maybe we'll do them in a future video. And yeah, let's do it. Let's get on some hot takes. Hot Takes Thursdays! Barbecue Jag says, a date complication ruins the look of approximately 90% of watches. You know, Barbecue Jag, for a long time I completely agreed with this until I bought, a lot of people know where this is going already, until I bought my Tag Heuer Formula 1, baby. All roads lead back to the Tag Heuer Formula 1. But this was the first watch I ever personally bought that had a date complication, and it didn't bother me. In fact, I found the complication quite useful. I think if a date is mindfully placed, it is an asset. Here is a list of my date must-haves to make it look actually good. For 1, it must be color matched. For 2, well placed at 3 o'clock or 6 o'clock, never 4:30. Or, if it's not well placed at 3 o'clock or 6 o'clock, it has to be a special feature, like a longa und Sonne date boxes. But to be fair, if it is not a double-digit date, those longa date boxes are triggering. Mr. Andy says, free sample. I would prefer a free Richard Mille to a free Breguet. Have at it. You know, this won't make me any friends, and please don't unsubscribe, but I agree. I'm a bit of a Richard Mille apologist. I think people are too mean to them. Get me one of those bonbons. They're so adorable. If I could afford a Richard Mille, I would buy one of these. All right, Bemji says, to a non-traveler, a lot of beautiful watches are ruined by the GMT complication. This is completely fair and valid. Not everyone's going to like the GMT complication. But you know, it makes me think of the Parmigiani Fleurier Tonda GMT. So the GMT hand is the same size as the hour hand, but a different color. So when you're not using it, you can set it so it is behind the hour hand. It is really cool. It is also really expensive, but still cool. And I'd love to see more brands doing creative things with complications like this. Okay, next, Tom56340. Hot take. If a watch doesn't have an open caseback, it might as well be Quartz. Oh, this is a hot take. And no, I do not agree. This is akin to saying, why buy a nice bra if no one can see it? A very relatable analogy for my 97% male audience, I'm sure. I think there's still something to say for buying something of superior quality and engineering, even if you can't look at it. It's the art of subtlety. Not everything needs to be on display. But you know, I think we're coming from two different viewpoints altogether, because I almost always prefer a closed caseback. A well-decorated closed caseback would be my preference, but I almost always prefer a closed caseback unless the movement is whoa whoa wee wah.
Whoa, whoa, woo.
AHHA is here. Okay, AHHA says, hot takes, Cartier is a tough tool watch. This has been tested by Britzy by putting it into the washing machine. I feel attacked. Okay, next one from Charles Chame Cole. Hot take, most watch brands suck at marketing. That's not a hot take. That is just a fact. I can't tell you how many brands and manufacturers my muggle friends haven't heard about, despite them being huge in the horology space. And I'd love to see these brands change that. They're fantastic brands that more people should know. I think the problem is, Switzerland particularly is like 15 years behind on everything. And their advertising and marketing strategy is outdated. They'll still be doing magazine spreads rather than having an online presence. But also, I am an internet person, so of course I think internet influencers working with YouTubers is the way forward. But I really do believe that. If they believe in their product, know it's great. I think working with watch YouTubers, it's the way forward. Watch review YouTubers, it's the way forward. But once again, I am a watch review YouTuber who just wants more access to watches, so I absolutely have a dog in this fight, so take everything I say with a huge grain of salt. Hamala Miri says, Lume is the most unnecessary feature on any watch unless you live in the wilderness. I don't know. Have you ever played hide and seek with your nephews in the winter so the sun sets at like 4 o'clock? And you're wondering, how long have I been in this cupboard? It feels like a long time. because the Lume sometimes comes in pretty handy, pretty clutch. But for real, yeah, a lot of watch features are pretty unnecessary. 200 meters on my dive watches. Sometimes more than 200 meters of water resistance on my dive watches is unnecessary. It's just cool. Things that glow in the dark are just cool. Fabio Lenzi says, dive watches and suits shouldn't be put together, even if it is a great watch, not even a Submariner. You don't wear fins while wearing a suit, so why a dive watch? Okay, so I agree in theory, but in practice, it doesn't actually bother me that much. It all depends on what kind of suit you're wearing as well, and occasion. Like black tie, completely unacceptable. You should not be wearing a dive watch with black tie. Some say you shouldn't even be wearing a watch at all. But if it's a suit for work, like business casual, it doesn't bother me. I don't think it looks out of place. To be honest, it's amazing how much work attire has changed in the last 20 years and what is acceptable to wear to work for white-collar jobs. Anyways, guys, I'm just trying out this format. I'm trying out new things, and I'm hoping these are more fun, lighthearted videos. And, you know, if people like them, I'll keep them going. If people don't like them, that's okay. We can keep it professional here at Gringa HQ, however it goes. Leave a comment some of your hot takes, and maybe we'll get to them in another video. And thank you so much for watching. Put the Pope tier patrons on the screen. You're all amazing. You're fabulous.